Thank you. Shout out Cloud Boulevard. Make sure you follow Cloud Boulevard. Make sure you follow them.
Welcome to the Boulevard.
I'm on the way, shit ain't the same, niggas ain't poppin' no fire ain't the popular, but I got something to say, most of the niggas I left behind, they ain't tryna give me a rose, I run like I left them in rows, I'm at the top all alone.
It's your girl Lou Yanda. This is Cloud Boulevard, and guess who I just spotted? We've got Blaklez in the building, and we have Jody. Okay, I don't know who to look at first. Okay, who's going first? Jody?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, right, you've had quite a run in the past couple of years, right? You've gone from being known as Benchmark to Jody.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, how has that informed your evolution as an artist?
Man, it was always like in the pipeline a little bit, you know. It was always that thing that was lingering, but I was just so focused on Benchmark and just, you know, trying to make us like the outcast of Africa or something, you know. TK and myself, you know, so transitioning from that and just working alone all the time, you know, it's a bit of a ish, you know, what's going on. I miss working with my homie, but at the same time, it's a new journey that I had to start and go on it, and it's been really, you know, it's been really dope. I'm discovering a lot more about myself also musically, so it's quite dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you take us through a little bit of your character development, right? Because with each of your EPs, like as they unfolded, we got to see the younger version of you, and then a little bit older and older, until we get to the current version of you, right? So how do we get here? What are the lessons?
It's crazy because I was thinking about it today, and I'm thinking I'm actually trying to pack a new brand, you know, so like quickly and fast and whatever, and just put it together and say, hey, this is the Jody brand, right? So I have the 2 revenge packs, I have the Sunset Stories mixtape, and then it's the Revenge is Sweet EP and whatever. So I'm just trying to I'm creating a catalog for Jody, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm just trying to say, yo, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Musically, and this is who I am, because that's me, you know, all the time. All these verses is just confessions, pretty much. So, yeah, man, I think I even, you know, kind of went right because I'm so high. But one thing for sure, the character development has been, this is the sound that I like. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear me on this.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to the other sound. I'm like, I like this shit too. And then this is how I feel at that time, or this is how I felt last week, or this is how I felt years ago. I can express it now on this beat. So here you go, type of stuff. So it's just that. It's just me just tapping into all these little facets. Like, yo, okay, I feel like this, or I wanted to be on a beat like that, or I wanted to work with this person, stuff like that. So I'm just expressing myself the whole entire way. And in that, you know, journey, the character development kind of like is there in the music. You know, I don't want to, no spoilers, just gotta go listen to the music type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem like quite an introspective person, because I've actually done a bit of my homework and I've watched your interviews and I've listened to your music, right?
Yeah.
And it's really cool to experience an artist who actually is connected to their soul.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are kind of performative with this stuff, you know, and hip hop is a very competitive genre, right?
And at the same time, personal.
It's very personal. It's incredibly personal.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know from you, right? Have you ever felt the need to compete, right?
No.
At all?
Not now, but of course it's always in there. It's a competitive sport, you know what I mean? It's gladiators. We're using words, we're using our minds, but we're gladiators, we're warriors. We have to fight for, you know, you especially if, you know, I'm old school, man. So I just believe, pick up the spear, go fight. You know what I mean? And it's just that kind of thing. And it's if you want to be great, and if there's somebody, you know, great standing right next to you, you want to challenge them, because you want to see how great you are as well. So for me, that's just what it is. I will always compete in that sense, but not in a, I'm trying to tear you down or whatever and then be the one. I'm just trying to see if, you know, what are my levels, you know? So if this is a great opponent, this would be a worthy fight. And if they bring their all and I bring my all and I kind of like come out on top or whatever, then sharp, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but it's going to be a competitive sport, but I'm not competing on that level. I'm competing more with myself. I'm trying to see how far I can take this shit, you know what I mean? Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to see how far I can take it.
You know what's crazy to me? As you speak about it as a competitive sport and perhaps in some way referring to yourself as a Spartan, even though you're not saying it directly, I kind of see your greatest weapon being like your vulnerability.
Man.
You know, because not a lot of people can do that, or even if they do, I just feel like a lot of people perform vulnerability because we live in a society where everyone's trying to seem deep. But with you, I can genuinely see that the deep, the depth is not surface level.
That's crazy.
And
That's
it's not
some shit he would say.
performative. Yeah.
That's some shit he would say because he's so tapped in like that, right? And you know, it's always that thing where when we even having conversations, he'll kind of like talk to me in that way, like, yo, where you at right now?
Yeah.
Oh, also what's the next step or whatever, and that also helps me because I get to express exactly what I'm trying to do, and that makes me see if it's real or not to me as well. So you know what I mean? Shout out to
pass him the torch.
But yeah, that's that's fire.
No, we're tapped in. We're tapped in. Okay, now getting to Blaklez. Can I just say, here to stay, why should I move? So back up, ask around, I guess like Steve Biko with a mic. I said it before, cooking up a storm. But the way I'm
wrong.
There we go. I had to use the opportunity because we've been tapped in since day one, right? So speaking of that, because that's literally from Freedom or Fame, for those who don't know, right? The man that you were back then versus the man that you are now, how do you think you've grown, like just on a human level, besides being an artist?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think, that's interesting. Yeah, I think the music is much more, even more reflective of the growth. So as we grow, the reality in the music also changes to either way you see yourself as you grow older, as you grow wiser and you navigate your life, and also what's behind you. What do you have behind you, and how does what you do going forward affect that musically as well? Because I would say like we're part of a generation now that has to lead a certain way where hip-hop is concerned. So I think that's the growth, that's the awareness of knowing that this is how we gotta lead.
It's interesting that you kind of like mention time, right? That juxtaposition between the past and the future, right? So as a hip-hop artist, because you know, like every time you release something, people are always going to compare the last thing you did to what you're doing now, right? So what is it that you do to kind of block out that noise and stay true to who you are, regardless of whatever people might think of your old work versus your new work?
I won't lie, it's difficult. It's difficult. Sometimes you wonder if you have to go and recapture the moments again. You're like, maybe if I made a song like this song, you know, they might love me again or whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe you try, it doesn't work out in studio, because it's not real. You're not going through the same moments you were going through during that time.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is, you can never try to recreate the past. You should never try to do that. You know, and the past can imprison you if you're not careful of it. So it's difficult because people get into your head. I mean, fans will say stuff like, man, I like the Blaklez that's introspective. And then some fans will say, I like the Blaklez or Repangaskas. You know, so, and then you have people in your life as well as an artist who are like, hey, Maro Blainule, so I'm telling you, if you do it this way, you know, so it's difficult. It's difficult I wouldn't know what advice to give. I'm just sharing that story because I'm still navigating, even in as seasoned as I am, I still struggle with it. And I just thank God that I managed to put together projects that are reflective of where I am and what I want to achieve. So I guess it's just God's work. So it's difficult to navigate. It's really, really difficult to navigate. Artists doubt themselves a lot, believe it or not.
They do.
You know, so.
It's crazy that you refer to yourself as seasoned because I listen to like all the different bodies of work that you make. Obviously, not just for research purposes, but as an actual fan, right? And I really feel like we get to unearth like a new layer or a new part of you each time.
Right?
So for me, it feels
Wow,
like an
that's
introduction.
cool. I appreciate that.
Each time, yeah, it doesn't feel like the same person.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, the voice is the same because we know it's you. That's your
what
DNA.
I try to achieve. I won't lie to you. Each time, I want people to see if there's a challenge, let it be a new challenge.
Yeah.
Let it be a graduation. Now it's like a new problem, and you're like, oh, okay, now he's here. You know, now he's moving this way. Oh, now he wants to be a family man. Oh, now you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad that you see it that way, and I think that's how it should be. You must always see the constant growth of an artist, in one way or another. You know, so. Yeah, I'm glad that you see it in that sense. I appreciate that.
Me and others, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like I speak for many people.
Yeah.
And as a parting question, which I'm going to direct to both of you, right? How do you think that you will know when you've done everything you needed to do as an artist?
Have you practiced these questions?
No, I haven't. This is literally
you,
off the
just-
bat.
just
me connecting with
off
you.
top.
Yeah, because I try to humanize you guys as much as possible. Because people
You're
experience you
doing
in the
it.
music.
You're doing
I
it,
just
and it's
really
really
try to
great.
connect to you.
It's a compliment. What I'm saying to you is a compliment. I'm
Oh, I
saying
appreciate
you're
it.
fucking you're so tapped in. It's pleasing. Like it's refreshing. So shout out. Damn, what was the question again? That was fire.
How do you think you'll know that you've done everything that you need to do as an artist?
I don't think I will right now. I'm not sure. I do not want to put no expiration dates because it feels like that. It feels like an expiration date somehow. Like it's just a stop. It's a halt. I don't want to feel like that. I just think I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm just a feeler, man. And I'll feel what I feel whenever, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm good, or I think I still got one more in me. What? I don't know. I cannot answer that question, but one day, hopefully, we will get to link and I will have a different answer for that.
Please, you see now, did you guys hear that? Because I feel like that's him saying he'll be back.
Now you're going up. Because
Nah.
you're so focused. Yeah, no.
I appreciate that. Okay, now I'm going to direct it to you. The heat is off him and it's moving to you.
How would I know when I've done enough?
Yeah.
I won't. I think that's why it's difficult for him to answer it as well. You never know when, because we're praying human beings. We're like prayerful people who kind of sort of move that way with every plan that we make, and we believe we've got assignments within our personal lives and within music itself.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be able to tell you when we would know. It's just the assignments still continue, and there's a lot of them in one way or another.
Yeah.
You know, but within hip hop. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It does. You know, both of you guys not having an answer speaks to the amount of humility that you have and the respect that you have for the craft, but also how tapped in you are with your purpose. Because I can tell that this is beyond you. You know, this is beyond you. So I appreciate you guys so much for allowing me to connect with you, just giving us the time of day.
Sure.
Okay.
Y'all got somebody out here that's focused, man.
Okay.
To the top. Take her to the top, guys. You go, everybody goes.
This is crazy. You guys are going to make me cry.
No, it's real talk.
Oh
I don't
my
know if
God.
I told you before, but you're tapped in. You're getting in there, and when you get to that point where you want to be, watch what's gonna happen. I don't know.
He means it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's it from us. That's Clout Boulevard.